Hello, welcome back. And now if I zoom out here, what I can do, I can just come here and maybe get rid of all this. So once I've selected everything there, I'll be able to just click delete or press delete on my keyboard right there and give some time to delete everything. And let's just give it some time. And if we've lost everything here, but not fully lost, we'll only lose everything if we save. So let me just double click on the grid line here and change this maybe to 4 or 3 right there. So I'll come here and click apply, and we have that in place. So we have our grid line all the way to that side. So what we can do, we can select everything here and come once we've selected everything here, we'll take it to the grid line, right click and come to move here and zoom out, and I'll be able to snap right at the center here. Hope I'm snapping on the right location. So I'll zoom out and target this far end here, and I'll place it somewhere here. So give me some time to copy everything there, and we'll be able to continue on the parts that we need to somehow modify, add more details. So let's just give some time to copy everything, and since it's big, it may take a little bit of our time, and that's not an issue as long as you see whatever we are doing here. So let's give it some time. Here we are, everything has been copied, and you can see how things are here. So to get rid of all this, what we're going to do is just to left click on empty screen like this, then you right click once it has finished loading. So I'll right click and come to redraw. So if I redraw, I'll be able to refresh everything here in place. So if I come to navigate here, I'll be able to see right on top here. This way we'll be able to fix our equipment right on top here. So let me just turn that around and be able to see everything in place. You can see that. So let's move down to the bottom end here, and I'm going to fix, place some to add some details on our ladder here. So I've already placed this member here that we are going to create a flat bar here that will be welded on this angle profile, and this bar will be bolted together with that. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to use some points here to create part of a member here, just a flat bar. So once I've picked select on this, I'll press Control and select on the other point. And prior to copying it up, you'll be able to first of all check the position of your XYZ. So it's our Z is pointing upward. So what I'm going to do, I'm going just to right click and come to special copy here and pick on linear. So under linear, I'll be able to add some value here, maybe 200 would be okay. Let me just try that. 200 is okay right there. So I'm going to follow these points here to create a plate using polygon tool, like polygon, just to start from that point and close the polygon. I'll be able to have my plate in place. So I'll come to scale here and come to plate and pick on the plate, pick the first option. Then let's start my point from that spot. And remember, I'll go all the way to these 4 points and come to the final, to the one I started with, just to close the gap so that we have a plate created. So I've picked on that spot and come to that spot and come to this spot also, pick on that. So I'll come to my initial point. So the moment I click on my initial point, I'll have my plate created, but it is not possible. It is not visible unless we change its position. So I'll select on it, then I'll come to that position here. I'll pick, bring it front right here, and let me pick a different option behind and pick okay. So have that in place. So it's not touching this angle profile at the bottom end here. How do we bring it closer? So what I'm going to do here, once again, I'm going to just select on it, then come to special move here and pick on linear. So under linear, I'm going to push it down until it touches this angle profile, where I'll be able to create some welding and attach it to this, then bolt these together. So let me just come down here under Z and under Z axis, and I want to drop it down by 10 millimeter at an interval of 10 millimeter. So let me click on that and click on that until it touches this member. So Is it touching close? It's closer. So let's see this if it has reached its closer, and that's okay. So our target here is we should not lose our holes here. So what I'm going to do once again, I want to create a bolt here, and prior to that, I want to, an option we can use. You can bolt this member to this, and that's simple, and we can do some other time. So the key part is this: I want to create the bolts here, and I'm not able to snap on these holes. And how do I get my points in the right place? I'll select this member, right click, and come to delete. So if I come to delete, this will activate the previous snaps that I had used to create the holes. So I'll come to edit and come to points here and pick on the online option and snap on that, and come here and snap on that, and do the same thing here, and snap on that, and hope that is accurate, and come also here and maybe snap on that edge and snap on that edge. So if I click apply and give an OK, and change my XYZ plane to this plane. So I'll come to view and come to view work plane and just place my work plane on top on this bar. Right click it because we want our balls uh, to to respect the XYZ plane. So that will only work if our XYZ plane it will favor the position of our bolts. So I'll come to steel here and pick on bolts, and I want to pick the parts I want to bolt together. I want to bolt that to that, then come here, press my middle button on the mouse, and I pick the parts I want to bolt together, and I pick on that and snap on that spot. So I have my bolts in place. So the next thing I'm missing is what distance do I intend to place the bolts. So I have to recheck the distances and come to edit here, and I'll come to measure and pick on the measure. So I'll snap on that spot and snap on that spot, and we note that I have the center to center 50 millimeter. So let's check the center, the size of my bolts. Then first of all close that. So this is M20, and M20 is way big. I'll use M16 appropriately better, and add some washer there and click OK. And prior to clicking OK, I want to add the number of bolts here. So I'll come to under bolts group and pick on the bolts axis, my bolt distance X, and type in, I just need 3 of them. So I'll just I have one already in place. So I'll just type 2 and feed in the distance center to center right there. So I'll click modify. So the moment I click modify, I have my bolts already bolted there. So what I'm going to do is simple. I'll come to navigate and pick on that, rotate that. So once I've picked on that, I want to copy this into that location without any interference here. So I'll pick on this, right click, and come to special copy and pick on copy. And I want to copy this from that spot and to this spot here. So let's see how this applies. So that's okay, but not the best way, but that is far much better, but not much better. So we have to reposition this so that if we turn this round there, on the other side, we'll be able to have a bolts favoring. It is okay, but it's not that close. So I'll undo that. So that's how you create or add bolts all the way from this bottom end, and you go all step by step and check on the joints here of expansion joints here that we created, like this one here. We add bolts. You can see that we add bolts on that section, and you can see that. So you can add more bolts until you get to this far end, and I hope this is just a guide on how you can create, or on how you can come up with a guy mast tower, of 102 meters high. So remember, I told you we'll start this step by step in creating from scratch on by using a different software that is Commosys, and I also have a taste of a different tool in creating this kind of a structure. So let's meet then, and I hope you've gotten something, even though it's so brief. And let's meet then on a different topic. Bye. Bye bye, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. This is Maurice Gimba, and let's meet then.